What it do, Naysayer Nation? We are back for the Aftershow Podcast. Welcome. Thank you for spending your Sunday with us. Not a lot to talk about. Literally nothing happened this week, especially in America. Literally nothing of note.
Nope.
It's weirdly boring. Nothing to report. Except we did have some breaking news today. That we'll talk about. We got an article out of MP First about Insomniac. They had some stuff that they reported about Wolverine, the Venom game, potentially another spinoff project. So we'll talk about that. Borderlands 4 came out. You know, we of course we already knew we were going to be doing that. Marvel Rivals Season 4. We could talk a little bit about that. Latest episode of Peacemaker. I didn't do my watch party, but I did watch it, so we can talk about that. Otherwise, pretty slow week. I did see we may have found life on Mars, and I got to watch that episode on I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson post about it and a couple other science channels that I go to sleep to. So I got to tap in because love you say aliens. But what's up, chat? Appreciate y'all hanging out. Who's first? Liam. Congrats, Liam, on being first. What's up, Eastwood? What's up, Next Level Geo? Super Patrick in the building. What's up, Gabe? How you doing? What's up, Red? Roderick. Appreciate all y'all hanging out.
Radiox,
sure. How you doing, Jay? Were you bored with all the non-things that happened this week?
It's very rare that I have to mute something, but man, I'll take it a step further. Okay, not only did I have to mute things, I actually had to snooze people on Facebook for 30 days. I
didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, so you can hit the little X and it gives you a couple options. And one of them is snooze so-and-so for 30 days. So I'm not deleting them. I'm just saying, I don't want to listen to your bullshit. Just fucking go away.
For 30 days? That sounds kind of convenient, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have not been getting as much inundation in my feed, but it's still trickling through. And
obviously hard to escape from it. Of course, Charlie Kirk, big political commentator and activist. I was actually unfortunately saw the Raw video when I was just scrolling through Twitter. I don't even know what I was doing on Twitter, but I was scrolling through Twitter, and I saw someone post a Charlie Kirk video. And then I saw what happened. And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like it took me
bad. It was really bad.
I knew instantly that he was cooked, but
there's no way he was making it. The second you just see, bleh, it's like, no, she's gone.
I watched a lot of Live Leak in my day. If you know, you know. So
see, Live Leak is your era. My era is Faces of Death.
Yeah. I missed that one. We were all about the Live Leak, and so I've seen some shit, so I knew right away. Oh no.
Not good. I don't agree with much of what the guy said. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. I followed it very closely. I try to stay away from politics, but
man he says some wild shit. But
yes, but there is one thing that I always kind of respected him for, and that was the fact that he went places, mostly college campuses, and he sat down and he had conversations. And I think that's a lost art that people don't want to have, as was literally proven, People like there are just people that think even having an opinion that they disagree with is violence against them. And like, I just think the world is a worse place, not because he's gone, but because this happened the way it did. You know what I mean?
And not only that, but like honestly, it because I've been following politics a bit, especially in the last probably especially since 20. I mean, I've been like in politics since 2018. This 2008. I was a volunteer on the Obama campaign when he first won, and I've been keeping in touch, and I am not surprised at all with because of how things like really dramatically shifted since 2016. Like everything's gotten a lot more toxic, a lot more violent. And I mean, we've been seeing these different skirmishes, different activists from both sides being attacked, different lawmakers and politicians being pew-pewed, and now seeing what happened with Charlie, I was like, yeah, it's not surprising. But the craziest thing was like seeing the takes weren't even that surprising, because I've seen way worse every day. Unfortunately, that's just the way social media is now. But it unfortunately affected some game companies, particularly Sucker Punch, of course.
Oh yeah,
one of our favorite studios, the creators of Ghost of Tsushima, my favorite game of all time. They're currently getting ready to launch Ghost of Yotei in early October, only a few weeks away. And unfortunately, the headlines, instead of people talking about Yotei, headlines were dominated because one of the developers who was reportedly fired for doing this went on Blue Sky and basically loudly celebrated what happened with Charlie Kirk. And like when they were called on it, double, triple, quadruple down, quintuple down. Honestly, I kind of respected like just the commitment. Like didn't care about money, didn't care about the job. They were just all in on their politics, and they did not apologize. They were not trying to walk anything back. So I'm like I just on one hand I respect it. On the other hand, it's like this kind of shows why you need to be careful especially when you're a $1 million company, one of these game projects, who you hire, because it can end up reflecting poorly on the company, because this person who believes very strongly in their politics felt like they just needed to get that off. Now, instead of people talking about Ghost of Yotei and what they're looking forward to, now the conversation just morphed into Sucker Punch and them being and all this other negative stuff. Even though it was one person who was fired, but that's the headline now. Sucker Punch celebrates Charlie Kirk.
I wasn't aware of that one. I was only aware of the Red Hood situation.
Yeah, the writer of the new Red Hood comic. I
heard it was dog shit anyway, but
yeah, yes, Sucker. It was that. It was a lot of people. There was a lot of game devs in particular, apparently, that were just having a good time on Blue Sky. But
I just don't. I don't understand the point. Like, I don't like, all right, Saddam Hussein. All right, maybe that's a guy you can celebrate, getting offed. All right. But like,
I fist bumped a little bit when they announced they got Bin Laden.
Yeah, right. Like, I just the first dictator I could think of. So like that, but even that's like, you keep it within the spectrum of what it is. I don't understand. Like, you can not like him, and there are ways to go about like discussing that. But
I feel like that's something for Slack or
yeah. You just gotta, but like,
or just
we
put it in the
can't
Discord.
celebrate the murder of political opponents. Like, it's 2025. Like it's not Alan Burr or Aaron Burr and what's his face having a duel over it, you know? We can't like that. That's the whole point. What he was doing, like, you don't have to like what he said, and I don't, but like what he did, the way he did it is what we're supposed to hope for.
Right.
Like, he gives an arena, people have conversations, they can agree or disagree, that's fine. And he said some things that people are like, oh, well, you said this. So, and I just hate it when stuff like this happens, either side, and everybody is in just a rush to like, what about each other to death?
Yeah.
You know, like that. Well, your guy did this, and that's where we're losing sight, okay, of where we are as a society. Like, if we're gonna be a society, you can't kill people because you disagree with them like that. You have to defeat them within the realm of the society. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that what a lot of these people who are obviously too chronically online, that are way deep into this, are missing the point of the reason why, apart from morality aside, the reason why you don't want to encourage this sort of thing is because of the inevitable retaliation. Because if you moved over to window to the point where it's okay to openly celebrate offing a political opponent, well, then the other side is going to be like, well, that's where we are now. So then they're going to go start, going after. They're going to be going after their political opponents, and if anything happens, they're going to be celebrating, and it's just going to be a whole thing, and it's definitely not healthy for the country.
If you can't beat somebody with your words, then you don't deserve to have a platform. Like, you don't deserve to, like, we're talking about, being punched in the face for things you said. Like, you shouldn't have to punch. If you punch somebody in the face, it means that you're admitting that you can't defeat them with words. Like, you can't, you're so passionately against what they're saying, but you don't have a way to say it, And I just don't believe that that's the way that we're supposed to do this. Like, it's not the 1800 anymore, We're not having duels. We're not we're not doing that shit. Like, you have the same voice that they do. You have to be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
And if you can't, then maybe you don't deserve to be heard. I don't know.
And I also think the important thing here is that not just people on the left take a lesson from here, but because I'm seeing a lot of prayer clutching on the right, and I think it's fair to bring up the fact that there is a insane amount of hypocrisy on their side, because first of all, there's a lot of revisionist history going on about how they're trying to kind of frame all the political violence in the country on the left, when actually, statistically speaking, it's mostly been right-wing based political violence. We've also literally seen them celebrate, for example, Nancy Pelosi. Remember House former Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband?
I think that was awful too.
Yeah, he got beat. Her, for those that missed it, she's the former Speaker of the House. Her husband was assaulted in their home. This drugged out guy came and beat her husband with a hammer, and he was very seriously injured, but fortunately he survived. And a ton of right-wing political commentators, including a lot of the ones that are currently, pearl clutching over Charlie and people saying mean things about Charlie, were making jokes about what happened to Nancy Pelosi's husband and coming up with conspiracy theories about what happened, and just in general treating it like a joke. So I think if they want to call for bringing down the temperature, that's fine, but some accountability has to be taken as well for their rhetoric over the last decade plus, and how they conduct themselves as well. Because when it immediately happened, there was like a rush to judgment. Everyone was just like, what's the political? They assumed, it has to be, someone on with this, and and it's just like all this none of that is going to help. People just need to take a step back and and try to get to a place of sanity instead of just rushing to get a takeoff and score political points.
The Red Hood situation is crazy because like that person was already controversial apparently anyway, and I really don't know. Like I feel like DC keeps putting themselves in this position. Well, I actually know there was somebody from Marvel before. They did the America Chavez comics. So they had never written comics before.
I remember there was a Captain America comic. They pretty sure it was a Captain America comic where they basically wrote in was it the Ta-Nehisi Coates one? It was a Captain America comic where they made Jordan Peterson the villain.
I do remember something like that, but I feel like he's also another one that just like, again, I don't always agree with what he says, but like they're debaters. They sit and they talk and they have debates, and I feel like you have to be able to do that. But as far as this person with the Red Hood situation, I think that they were already like celebrating like murdering cops and stuff. And it seemed like I didn't get to read the book, and now it's been pulled. Like DC literally said, pull all these books. The series is canceled. Send back what you have.
Yep.
And I've actually seen a bunch of comic book shops that like I follow on like Instagram and stuff are like, listen, I don't care if you pre-order the book, we're not shipping it. All right. Like, sorry. Yeah.
So if you actually have a book, it's a collector's
item. It's probably gonna be pretty rare, and it's probably gonna be worth something. But I did not have that book because I like Red Hood, but I haven't really liked the direction in the comics for a little bit. But I didn't even know about this person in the situation. But I read a synopsis of the book, and I heard it was already pretty terrible, and already like there are already possibilities of being canceled like off the cuff, you know. But like I just wish that like I don't know why you hire that person, because I don't know that they were necessarily a traditional comic book writer, but like I feel like if you're hiring that person, like you're in on what they're saying and what they want, you know. And I know that like you can make adjustments and everything to the characters over time based on the writer, but like Red Hood is not a cop killer, you know. I'm sorry, Jason Todd, like he's still part of the Bat family. I don't even think he's shot actual bullets in a long time. I'm pretty sure he only shoots rubber bullets these days anyway.
Just like Gotham Knights.
So like, huh?
Just like Gotham Knights.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, man. I think DC, all of them can do a little bit better. But like I remember the America Chavez situation. I'll never forget reading that first book, and she's trying to make the catchphrase "holy menstruation." Like that was what she wanted her catchphrase to be. And like it's just, you know, I hate that we have to talk about this. I hate that our world is at this point. It's been boiling over for years. Yeah. People celebrated that CEO getting murdered. People celebrated Trump almost getting murdered. People celebrating Charlie Kirk getting murdered. Nobody talking about a random girl from the Ukraine getting murdered on camera on a train or whatever. Like it's just, I can't believe I had to watch 2 people get murdered on Twitter this week. Like that's my biggest thing. And I just, we're so desensitized to it now. I feel, oh, by Odin's fade. Right. And kind of what, I think, who is it? Stephen Strange said, like, people begging for this person to be a minority. Like, that's fucking gross too, you know? Like, you shouldn't be hoping anybody is anything. You should hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but that's how they view it. They want it because they're programmed for this culture war, political strife, where it's like, oh yeah, we need it. They were like, let them be trans or an immigrant, and because you know the grifters were getting all their content ready to go off, and then they saw it was a white guy. They were like, fuck.
Well, as it turns out, like I don't know, I don't care. There are definitely the story is still developing, and they're getting their pound of flesh any means necessary.
Of course.
So I think this thing took on a life of its own. Like, I mean, I just don't. It's awful. It's an awful thing to happen. It shouldn't happen. I wouldn't want. I can't think of the left version of that, but I wouldn't want it to happen to them. I wouldn't want it to happen to anybody. You know, like you really have to you have to be able to have conversations and talk this out. But like that, and that's why I had to like start muting people on my Facebook. It's like, it's not that I don't think you have a right to feel whatever you feel, but it's just a lot of like whataboutism, you know. It's just, what about this, what about that, what about that? How about we just focus on this situation and say it shouldn't happen? I disagree with what he said. It shouldn't happen. Like, there are a bunch of teachers that have been all over the news in my area that have lost their job because they were celebrating it, you know? And it's like, why? What's the point? Like, that's why I'm like, I'm glad, number one, that my wife doesn't care. And number two, that she's not on social media. Because like it just takes one parent noticing one thing and like making a big deal about it, and like that it could be over.
It's crazy people don't realize still in the big 2-5 that what you say on social media can affect you in real life. what are we doing? Like
I hate that we have to have this conversation. And then I guess the person had like a Helldivers reference written on one of the bullets.
Yeah,
it's wild. And like, that's not their fault, you know. You got freaking RFK this week blaming video games again. It must be like that turn in the rotation that we have to like blame video games for things.
And it's always an old man.
Always.
Like that's why I was like, it was funny seeing that, because I grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, when conservatives were the cancel culture mob, and they were always trying to get people fired or trying to cancel video games and movies and shows for being too violent. You know, they blamed this. They were blaming school shootings on rock music and Eminem and GTA and all those stuff. And now we're coming right back. Now we're coming right back around. It's crazy because it's been so widely debunked. Like pretty much every agency, every study, like for the last 20-30 years has debunked the idea that video games are a direct cause of violence. Like it's such settled science at this point. And
I feel like
keep pushing it.
I feel like social media is a direct cause for violence at this point.
Yeah. I would love to see the down on that, because I think that's true.
I can tell you, because like when maybe you're a little bit younger than me, but I don't think
many years younger.
I don't think when you were in high school, social media was as big or even close to like big.
Oh no, no. When I was in high school, when I was in my senior year of high school, everyone started making a big deal out of this little thing called MySpace.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, when I was in college, we were on Friendster and then MySpace. And even that was like kind of like just, well, it was just an extension of like our AOL accounts where we were just like posting lyrics and stupid shit. But like, I think about when I was in high school, like Columbine was a massive thing, you know, because like that didn't happen. Right. And like now, you know,
it's like every year, multiple times a year.
There was a shooting in the town my wife teaches in, near a school, not related to anything, but they all had to go into shutdown and like do their procedures. And I'm like, damn, this feels a little too real now.
Yeah.
You know, because like I personally never really felt like I had to worry about that kind of a thing. And I guess I still don't necessarily, because although I guess we don't need to get into that, but like I just, it's a crazy thing to have to think about. But it all comes down to is like parents not being available to be parents and social media, because like these kids are doing these things because there's no attention on them, you know, and like these things will happen and they have no idea it's happening because it's happening over Snapchat or it's happening over all these social media apps. And like by the time, and they're not paying attention and they don't know and they don't maintain it and keep it in check. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's crazy to think about. You know, maybe we had to worry about, oh, are you going to get in a fight at school? But like, you know, that's really it. I mean,
when I was in elementary school, I had to worry about shootouts too because I was in the hood. So,
well, all right.
so it was that was an actual shootings were a common occurrence and concerned when I was growing up.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you'd worry about somebody bringing a knife to school, but I mean,
not even knife, just usually guns.
Yeah,
usually guns were the biggest. I wasn't necessarily worried about. I don't think I ever worried about a knife coming to school. It was more so, I mean, people brought knives to school and other stuff to school, but yeah, I was mainly worried about the gangs in the surrounding area,
right.
and the literal daily shootings that were happening around the neighborhood and not getting caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, I understand that. It's just, man, we like I feel like
I moved out of Philly for high school, thank God.
I just feel like a lot of times I feel like we're really not as bad as the news and social media makes us out to be. I do feel like there are more people coming together and like being fine and having and being able to live life, whatever, than you removed the wrong comment.
Yeah, damn it.
Sorry, 30 and still gaming. That was an accident.
I was trying to get the bot.
Hopefully you're able to undo it.
Yeah, how do I undo this?
I don't know. I can't do it through the app. You'd have to be logged in on. I don't know how to log into the channel. So.
Yeah, I think he's on the YouTube side. Yeah, I gotta do it on the YouTube side.
We are very sorry. That was not on purpose. Yeah. Damn. That I don't have the login, so.
I'm logged in. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up.
He's fixing it. So anyway, I just wish we didn't have to do this over and over again. I'm just so sick of it. Like it's so stupid. And people I kept it's hard to stay out of it, like, because like you want to call I've decided it doesn't matter anymore. I was talking to my wife about this when we were driving around. I'm like, a while back I decided it's not worth it. I'm not going to comment on a lot of these things anymore.
Right.
Like even like when ESPN tweets something, I stopped responding to these big accounts like that. Anything remotely serious, you know? So it's yeah. I understand that, Gabe.
Undid it.
Perfect. I understand that, but like that's what I'm saying though. Like, but like I don't know. Like at the same time, there are people like it's I don't know. There's no good way to talk about it. You know, there's no good way to handle it. Like
yeah, I feel like no one's learned anything from from this. Like there was like and sometimes when there's like a tragic in the past when tragedies or something would happen, I would think, oh, maybe this will be the one where people kind of come together. And I feel like social media has just kind of just made that impossible.
Because everybody has to have a hot take. Everybody wants to get noticed, you know?
Yeah, especially since Twitter literally financially incentivizes you to have the worst possible take.
Yeah, I haven't made a penny off Twitter in ages, so I don't know how that works anymore.
Yeah, it's not a lot, like because I used to be monetized on Twitter, but you know I gave up my blue check because it was stupid.
Right.
But even looking into the algorithm, I'm like, bro, people are literally just making themselves look like idiots and coming up with the just the worst takes and just making the platform worse for like a couple, maybe a couple dollars.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just over it, and there's no point in talking about it because like people don't want to have mature conversations. They just want to yell over you, and like everybody's just out for themselves. You know, believe what I believe, or else you're the worst. And I can never subscribe to that mentality. And I feel like that is like, and it's not just politics, it's like everything, you know, like how dare you not like this game, you know, or how dare you like this game, you know.
Yeah,
and it's like you can't win.
yeah. There's still people trying to get you for playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh really?
In the big 2.5. I saw that come up.
That's wild. I just don't understand, like, and I don't understand, like, yeah. All right. Thank you for bearing with us there, 30 and Still Gaming. We sorry about that. But yeah, I just I don't know, man. I have this saying of like everybody wants to talk, but nobody wants to listen, you know?
Deep.
And it's like, all right, why? And it turns into, well, why am I going to listen to you if you're not going to listen to me? So it's like, it's this spinning hamster wheel. And I hate that we even have to like deal with it. But like, seriously, just don't celebrate people dying, being murdered, I guess.
At least publicly.
Yeah. Like, seriously.
Especially if you work for a multi-million-dollar game studio that has a new project that is very important coming out in a few weeks. Like maybe keep that one in the Discord DMs.
Like, yeah, I mean, listen, like if people like I would have been canceled 20 times over if people saw the way that we talked to each other on message boards back in the day. And not, a lot of times we weren't serious, but like I feel like we were able to say more shit as ridiculous as it was, be held accountable for it, but like within our own confines, you know what I mean? Like there was no like, oh my God, you said this, let me go run and find who you work for and show it to them, you know?
Oh no, when I was coming up on the forums, it was the Wild West.
Yeah. Like I feel like there's a band Machine Head that I love, and their message board was like honestly one of the hardest places on the internet. Like people would sign up and they would just get absolutely roasted. And like if you didn't understand what was happening, like you were obviously gone after like one post. You're like, oh fuck these people, you know. It was very easy, like, and like people would bust each other's balls hard, and like I mean, it was nothing for someone to say, oh, well, make your next post a suicide note, you know. Like it was like hard. But like it was self-maintained and never that serious. But still, if you saw the way that we used to talk there, like it is not for the weak.
Clearly it's not for, like that. Maybe it's good to dial a little of that back, but
yeah, no, for sure, right? Yeah. But yeah, like, but there were also people there that were like, yeah, too far, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's a lot of that. Yeah, I think social media has just amplified it to such a degree where particularly when it comes to politics, I feel like there's nothing good going to come of it because both sides are just incentivized and are like dug in. Like a lot of people, you got your true believers, you know, your extremists on both sides, and then you got your grifters who are just in it for the money. So there's just no healthy dialogue gonna happen or come of this. I'm just hoping that things don't escalate too badly.
Yeah. I just saw something. There's a guy on the Toronto Blue Jays. Their number one prospect, I guess, is going to pitch tomorrow, and his name is Trey Yesavage. And someone just tweeted, I just want to point out number 21 is available, and a 21 Yesavage jersey would go hard. So
that would actually be hilarious. Yeah, we need a little of that. And today wasn't all doom and gloom. We actually got some much needed good news once again. This time, once again about Insomniac. Actually, earlier this month, of course, Tom Henderson reported that we're getting another state of play in about now a few weeks. Season. It was basically a follow up to what Jeff Grubb reported last month about state of play happening at the end of the month, but we got more details from Insider Gaming, who said that according to their sources, Wolverine has a very, very strong chance of being there. The trailer is reportedly done, and they even heard from playtesters who mentioned the game looks fantastic. But today we got this one from MP First, who reported that Wolverine, according to their sources, is currently targeting a 2026 release. And most importantly, Venom, the rumored Venom game, is in development. There were some people concerned that maybe it was canceled. This was one of the games that came out during the cyber attack. People found that there was potentially a Venom game in the works. Insomniac also teased this before. Brian Zahar mentioned that in response to fans saying they wanted a Venom game, he said, "Well, if the fans want it, we'll look into stuff." So apparently they did board and look into it. The Venom game, according to their sources, is in development, and they're estimating that it'll probably be like 2027 at the absolute earliest, because Wolverine is still the priority. But they also had a few more details from a different source, though this one they couldn't verify. They were able to verify the information about Wolverine targeting 2026 and Venom being in development. But according to the other source, they mentioned that Eddie Brock would be the main protagonist of this Venom game. They said it would be a more comic accurate Eddie Brock in terms of his appearance, so they wouldn't try to make him look like Tom Hardy. They mentioned that Carnage would be returning in this Venom game, and they also said that Eddie would get the Anti-Venom in this one, and it would be more like the comics, the monster Anti-Venom, unlike not the smaller, Spider-Man like suit that we saw in the main game. And separately, they also heard something about Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, potentially being set up in a future Insomniac project. They weren't sure exactly where he would end up. They mentioned it could be Spider-Man 3. And that part definitely makes sense, because in Spider-Man 2, they had that whole Spider-Verse side quest where they teased Miguel O'Hara's involvement. So whether it's a Spider-Verse spinoff game, which would be amazing to me, or maybe he has a cameo in Spider-Man 3, that could all be very interesting. Definitely makes me hype. What do you think, Jay?
I'm just kind of trying to imagine a 2099 era New York, because like in all those 2099 games, they make them look very futuristic.
Yeah,
and I'm just wondering like how that would go. And
I'm imagining a lot of aura.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about a Venom game. The mission was fun. I still think of Venom as a villain, I know you have. I'm sorry.
Not the Lethal Protector.
No, I don't. Lethal Protector to me is not. Even though they had like that huge run recently with Null and everything, and Venom was clearly reformed at the very very least during that. But to me, Venom is always a villain. Like this is like how is this a good guy face?
Bigot.
Like yeah, like I'm against Venom.
I actually Jay, the main protagonist of Kaiju number 8 looks similar to that. So yeah, that could be the face of a good guy.
Well, I don't know. I'm fine with it. I would rather keep going with Peter and Miles. Maybe find Gwen, bring her into it, but I'm Spider-Versed out in a lot of ways. I say that, and I'm sitting here this week. I just got like the Across the Spider-Verse, blind packs.
Of course you did.
and I fortunately got 9 of the 12, so I've got like my whole desk is full of all these different spider people. This one is actually kind of goes hard. The Miles Prowler.
Love that one.
And we got both. I got 2 spider punks, so we have them both set up. So, but yeah, that's very true. The industry does love anti-heroes.
I mean, I feel like anti-heroes have always kind of been a thing.
Yeah. As far as Wolverine, somebody just asked if we think it'll be more linear, and I do think it will be. I don't know that you can do the open world unless you're gonna have him ride around on a Harley or something.
From
my
understanding, it's more like a God of War open world, so semi open world,
and I'm fine with that. Like
I think it works better, yeah, because even Spider-Man 2, I felt like even though it's set up perfectly for an open world game, he chose New York, he's got the swinging and all that stuff. I don't know, the open world didn't feel great, especially particularly at the end. Once you finish all the side quests, like the crimes and everything like that. And I feel like that wouldn't necessarily fit with Wolverine. I think it would work better if things are a little more linear. Maybe you have some different end game encounters, like a boss rush or bases or anything. Like, you still have that stuff, but I like the idea of Wolverine kind of just being more straightforward.
I hate that we try to work end game into every game now. Like, to me, I saw some tweet earlier. Somebody like, I have 180 hours into Borderlands 4, and I've done all the quests and missions and whatever, and I just find the end game lacking, and I don't know if this game was worth it. And I'm just sitting here thinking, you played a video game for 180 hours, and you're questioning whether or not it's worth it.
I mean, to be fair, this would be the genre to do that, because looter shooters by design are supposed to have you have the campaign, sure, but the real bread and butter and the real draw of a looter shooter is the end game. And obviously they're going to add more content, but that is the biggest thing. The end game, that is what will make or break a looter shooter.
Right, but like there's like 20 replayable bosses, and like there's this one boss early in the game, and I know we're not really necessarily ready to start the Borderlands 4 stuff, but I've like farmed that boss at least 100 times already, just trying to like get better gear,
right?
And because I know it drops like a certain shield that like shoots missiles and stuff when you're hit, so like I just can't fathom like playing Spider-Man 2 and saying, oh well, there's no end game. Like, there's no end game content. It's like, why can't like playing a game for 50 hours, doing everything there is to do? Why is that not enough?
I think in the case of Spider-Man 2, because and I think this is a trap when you make an open world game, because there is supposed to be replayability built when you go the open world route. And I think the issue with Spider-Man 2 in particular is that, yeah, the map was expanded, but it didn't feel like it was really worth it, because there wasn't much else there. And then and then at the end of the game, there really wasn't interesting. Like, you have the random, like the car chases are just like laughable now. And every other enemy encounter is just a mob of symbiotes are here. Like, I feel like if you're gonna make an open world game, there, especially with a Spider-Man game where this, like, you're patrolling the city for crime, I feel like there's definitely a way to make that more interesting, because we've seen it in Gotham Knights. I thought Gotham Knights, gear aside, Gotham Knights, I thought did a really good job of designing their open world for patrolling. Like, you had, not only did you have, like, you can farm, you had missions, you can farm obviously for multiplayer, and they had DLC content, but just the straight up city, the patrolling, you had a variety of different crimes. You had, prison breaks, you had witness protection, you had hostage situations, you had Man Bat appearing and to jump. You had the League of Assassins setting traps for you when you think you're picking up a collectible. They set a trap and ambush you. Like it felt legitimately like not only was the world alive, but like there was like true variety, and you were like really someone that was out patrolling and keeping the city safe, where it felt like it was just lacking in Spider-Man. And I feel like there's a lot of room to improve on that aspect.
Sure, I don't disagree with that necessarily, but like I don't think Spider-Man 2 is a game like meant for like I just remember hitting that like that point where you're like, okay, here's the final mission. Only go into this if you're prepared to finish the game. You know what I mean? And I just feel like there is, well, yeah, sure, you can go back and clean things up after the game and everything. Like trying to penalize it like it's supposed to have some kind of a raid or something is just weird, because like I do agree with what you're saying. It would be really cool if they could incorporate, more villain encounters, more like random villain attacks and stuff like that. I'm sure there's something to it, but I think that's the extent of what you could hope for. Saying I've like people complaining because they have like all their game saves at 100%, saying, "Oh, I just don't feel like the game's worth it." Like those are the people that I just don't understand. Like,
I mean, those people aren't even worth bringing up. Like,
right?
They're just silly. But
like,
but yeah, having Spider-Man 2 be like what double the size of the first game, but you can finish everything in 20 hours. That's just not enough. Like
I feel like that's a different argument, and I understand and agree with that. I do agree with, hey, there's this bigger open world that's great, but like it's not that different. And there is an extent of like, well, it's Spider-Man. What do you expect? At some point,
swinging
some
around
of this stuff, yeah, exactly. Like at some point, some of it is going to be samey. But I don't know. I just feel like there's always like a shifting goalpost. You know what I mean? Like Borderlands 4, I can't imagine somebody being like, I played this game for 180 hours. Like that's not normal amount of time to play on one video game.
That feels light for a looter shooter.
I don't know. Well, I mean, but to say it's not worth it, like, I don't know, man. That's like less than 50 cents an hour. I mean, you definitely got your money's worth out of it, and there's more content coming.
I mean, if you played, if you were like someone who put 500 hours into Borderlands in another board game, or thousands of hours like into what a lot of Borderlands players have into previous games, and you feel burned out, you feel bored after 180 on Borderlands 4. I think that could be a valid concern if enough people are having that experience, which I don't see, which personally I haven't seen a lot of that. The consensus I've seen for people who have an issue with Borderlands 4 is mostly around the performance.
Sure. I agree with that, but I'm bringing up, that's a huge tweet that was going around today, and I'm just bringing up whether or not it's light for a shooter or not doesn't matter.
I think people just dunk on it because it sounds silly, but but for a looter shooter, if it's good, you should bare minimum be pumping up like 500 hours.
But I still feel like if you get 100 hours out of any video game at regular price, you got your money's worth. You know what I mean?
1,100 hours in Avengers. It was worth.
Yeah, like we all. It was worth it. I mean, you wouldn't have kept playing if you weren't enjoying it, and they did way less than Borderlands did, and I also feel like if you're somebody that has all that time into a Borderlands game, exactly what this game is, and that is it has way more at launch than any other Borderlands game ever has, like Borderlands 1, you beat the game, okay, you start over and just beat the game again. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's fine. But like that, then Borderlands 2, they're starting to be a little bit more. Like they have these like it's basically like a horde mode in Borderlands 1.
Right.
And the only reason I don't have all the achievements on the remaster is because there's like 4 rooms you have to do that are basically 100 waves, and you have to get through all 100 waves. And it's not that I couldn't do it. It's there's a couple times that I got like into like wave 70 or so,
Right.
and the game just crashed.
Oh yeah.
And you're just SOL. You know what I mean? So I actually have like a god gun in that game where I just basically have to walk up and one shot everybody, and I basically used it just to try to get through that and get those achievements. But yeah, I ran into situations where it takes so long, and you know, I mean,
I've been slowly making my way through Borderlands 4.
I keep checking to see if you're on. Like I'll just like join your game or something.
Yeah, I always miss you, but yeah, I think I just hit like level 16. Like I was going to do a boss, the first, I think the first boss, the Sorrows guy or whatever, Silo guy. But I was going through the enemies. I realized, oh wait, my character is level 15. The enemies are level 17, and all my gear drops are level 13. So I was like, okay, the progression of this game is kind of fucked. So let me do some side content, and then I kept running into bug side content. So it was getting a little annoying. But I'm trying to farm out some gear. I think I was looking in some Moxie videos, so I think I'm gonna start doing bounties, because I'm just trying to increase my XP at this point, and the side missions, some of the side missions, like you think oh, it's just a quick side mission, I'll get some quick gear, and it's like 2 hours fucking long.
Yeah, I did a side mission. I was gonna post it. I only did it because I saw the reward was ahead, and I just want to get one of the like super cool like mask heads.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I keep Googling to see like what you have to do. I did a lot of time today just driving around the map trying to like find other side quests. But I found this one that rewarded ahead, and it was not a great one, but it was like the Ballad of something. And basically this lady's trying to start a heavy metal band, and she kills everybody in her band because they suck, and she wants you to go find these other people. And I'm like, oh cool, this will be quick. And it was like a 45-minute quest before I was done, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I wasn't expecting all that. But
yeah. And I wouldn't bother you, but my issue is that like I get into this quest, and not only am I running into like issues where like markers aren't showing up where I'm supposed to, so I'm trying to figure out how to progress, but I feel like the XP gain in the rewards aren't even worth it. Like the gear is most of the gear I'm getting is trash, especially from the reward. It's trash. It's not dropping at my level, and I'm just like, I'm trying to find other more efficient ways, because I'm like side quests and main quests aren't like properly leveling you up. So I'm like, so I'm trying to find different ways. But so far, the best part of the progression in the combat is like the skills. But you know, it's been taking me so long to find a good XP gain. So I'm like, so I can't even like craft what I'm looking for, and like pretty much none of the gear I've been getting is good. Like it's all the absolute dog shit. Like not only is just dog shit, it's like not even consistent. It's not even dropping at my level. Like I feel like if I'm level 16, or level 15, I should be getting level 15 drops. I shouldn't be seeing fucking level 13 drops.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. So as somebody who probably has at least 3,000 hours into Borderlands, probably more. Obviously, this is like one of my favorite franchises of all time.
Of course.
It's very different from the other games, because instead of having all these subsections you could go to, it's just this one big open world. And I'm going to be honest, I don't love it. I kind of prefer the smaller sections that you can kind of just go to. And I, it's not bad, but I feel like the best way to describe it is the problem I'm having on console is the game feels like it's a 1080 game being stretched to fit a 4K screen. Like the resolution is just weird, and it's they're lucky the game is so stylized, because if not, I feel like people would complain about it more. But I know I'm not totally alone, because I've seen people kind of complain a little bit about it too. And I know that a lot of the PC people are having a lot of issues too.
Yeah.
And I saw something like Randy, shut up. Like I saw Randy tweet something like Borderlands is a premium, game, and it requires, like premium, new PC materials. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he should shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like, bro, no.
Actually got 2 legendaries so far during my playthrough. I got one today, actually.
So here's what's crazy. There is the first boss that you really fight that opens up a Moxie like replay section is Splashdown, and it's like right outside. It's where you learn how to glide, I think.
Yeah.
And I just go to that boss because he drops like a shield that like when you kill somebody, will shoot projectiles at other enemies. So like every time you get a kill, will shoot missiles. And it took me like 20 rounds before I got that. And it was a pretty sick shield, but I've also gotten a bunch of other legendaries. So I just basically keep running that over and over again. Like today, so at level 26, it cost me like $13,000 to run it. And then I would go, and even if all the gear was crap, I would just basically, instead of pick it up by marking it as junk, go to the vending machine, sell it, and I would get at least 25 to 30K back. So I was like making money off of the bad gear. Sometimes I made as much as 80K depending on the drops, but yeah, like there's something that the game is substantially better when there's at least one person with you. And I'm not even just saying that from like a having fun playing co-op perspective. Like I just feel like I die less, and I don't have like an overwhelming amount of people coming at me. Like, cause sometimes I feel like I can't tell where I'm getting shot from. And I don't know if it's performance or if it's just, mad cause bad, I've been playing Rafa. I'm liking Rafa a lot. Rafa basically.
I've been playing Vex, who's apparently super broken.
That's what I've heard too. I saw somebody use Vex's bleed mechanic, which I don't know anything about. And they basically jumped into this boss that had 3 bars, did whatever they have to do to get the bleed effect to start, and then stand behind a wall. And I just watched the bar.
Yeah, I was looking at his. I
think Paul Tassi tweeted it.
Yeah, I was looking at that kid's build video, but yeah, I'm running. I don't have Green Tree Vex yet. That's the one you run to get that bleed build. I tested it out. Green Tree is actually complete dog shit in the early game.
Yeah.
The I think it's the red tree, the one where you summon multiple minions, is actually better feels better as you level up. But yeah, as you get more skill points and scale, yeah, the green tree just has like insane single target damage.
Yeah, I did turn on the radar. It's still like weird to me, but
I feel like the traversal is really annoying. Like they have this huge open map and I feel like it kind of works to the detriment, especially with the way to design missions. It just makes them like take way longer than they should. But also the traversal at the same time feels limiting. Like it feels good to glide when you can, but the grappling hook feels like it's completely useless. Like why is it even in the game? Like I feel like every section where you can use your grapple, they would just been better spent just putting a fucking ladder there instead.
Yeah, I've had a couple situations. Like I had a situation on a mission I just did where it was on the mainline quest, so I don't want to like spoil too much, but at the end of the mission, I didn't realize it was happening, so I burned like probably 5 or 10 seconds because I was going through stuff. And you have a choice where you can save the person or let them die. And I wanted to save them, and I there was one last thing that I had to pull with my cord, whatever, my grapple, and I just finally found it, and the circle was there, but it was blurred, which means, oh, you can see where it is, but you can't actually do it yet. And I just kept like punching the air, and by the time I did it, it connected, but the clock hit 0 before I pulled it, and I lost the person. I don't know what happens because of that, but I always try to do the optional stuff, so that I get the extra XP. But
yeah, but like because First Ascendant has like a kind of open, not a completely open world, but it has open world zones like Destiny, and they have a grapple hook. They put it on a cooldown. You have multiple charges. It's on a cooldown, but you can use it on like anything. You can use it just on the ground to propel yourself. Like if you want to quickly circle behind an enemy, you can just shoot it at the ground and flip behind them. You can do it on different ledges and everything like that. Like it's just something you could freely use in order to traverse the environment a little more. And feel like in the way it's implemented in Borderlands, it's just so situational that it just has no practical use.
Yeah, it would almost. I would almost rather they use the grapple like they were Ghost Rider. Like your melee attack is just whipping the grapple.
Yeah, because now, like, apart from what the stuff you're prompted for, like it's almost never worth it to use the grapple. Like,
yeah, I do really like Rafa. I've never been a Siren player, so that's what turned me off on Vex. I'm like, oh, it's a Siren, whatever. But it seems like she plays more like Flak, it seems, from Borderlands 3 than a traditional Siren, like Maya or Lilith. My main characters were Mordecai, Axton, Wilhelm, and Flak for Borderlands 1, 2, pre-sequel, and then 3. So like Rafa is kind of like Axton with his turret on his back, basically, to me.
Stop trying to save money. Stop trying to save money, Gabe.
I think the game is gonna get better as they put more into it.
Yeah.
I'm having more issues with it than I want to, but I still love it.
Yeah. If you're a hardcore Borderlands fan, I think it's valid, but I feel like this is not a game where I would like tell someone to rush out and buy it right now.
Sure, because like, and I honestly, as a rabid Borderlands fan, like, I haven't run into, I found Zane and I found Moxie and I found Claptrap, and I feel like this is the first time where, like, having played the other games so far almost doesn't matter, because like I haven't run into enough characters that I care about, you know what I mean? And I feel like in the other games you do. And I understand we're on a new planet and they're probably coming. But seeing Moxie again is always great.
Yeah, see, I didn't have that connection. But I did know of Claptrap, and I did a lore deep dive before I played the game. But as soon as I saw Claptrap, I laughed when I remembered they had a setting where you can specifically lower his volume.
Yeah, we don't allow that in this house. Claptraps is the man. I see. I could never do that 30 install gaming, man. I Borderlands is like top 2 or 3 like, I don't know. We take Knights of the Old Republic out of it, it's like one of my 2 favorite franchises of all time. This and Battlefield, and I
gotta finish Expedition 33. Like I feel like I've put a lot. I'm not super in a rush to go on Borderlands 4. Maybe I'll eventually like get into a co-op game with you.
Yeah,
but
I would rather enjoy your game so that I can help you get through missions I've already done. Because I feel like I'm probably way further in the campaign.
Yeah, you probably are. Though my build is probably still better.
I mean, maybe I'm not thrilled with some of the stuff I have. I have this grenade mod that like basically I punch the grenade and it like if I don't hit it just right, it'll sometimes punch it straight in the ground and I just keep killing myself. So it's annoying, but it also does like once it hits, it like spits off a bunch of mini grenades and stuff.
Yeah, I got a code. We basically got New Zealand codes for console.
Yeah, which means that we got it like when it went live in New Zealand.
Yeah,
I could have had it like 2 weeks ago, but I didn't want to do it on PC.
probably for the best.
Yeah, and I mean, I have a 3080, and I heard like that's like the minimum they want you to have, like ideally, you know.
Yeah, you would have been cooked.
Yeah, I don't. I am really enjoying it. I didn't really play Zane much in Borderlands 3, so him being in the game is not as exciting as it is for some other people. Because I saw somebody like, "Oh, it's Zane," and I'm like, "Oh, who fucking cares about Zane? Where's Mordecai? I mean, I know Roland's dead, but where's Lilith? I'm assuming we're gonna see Lilith at some point because I saw her picture in one of the achievements. But I mean, I loved the fact that like Borderlands 2 and maybe to a slightly lesser extent 3 and definitely pre-sequel incorporated a lot of the Vault Hunters that we already know. And I know that we're getting there. It is a different planet. It's not Pandora anymore. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is not do any more side missions, and and just try to find some stuff to farm, like farm bounties. I think I saw Moxie's mention farm bounties to get some XP, and then I'll go through the main story and then start farming bosses.
I also find that some of these newer guns, I mean, look, I think they've kind of teased that Lilith is involved in the story somehow. I mean, she kind of has to be because that's how all the Vault Hunters get to, you know.
Jay out here leaking.
Yeah. I heard that. Well, Sadat said last podcast that people have had Yotai for a while.
Yeah, they've had at least a week or two ago. I heard it was when I first heard people getting their review codes. Yeah, they got Paul. Yeah, I think Skill Up mentioned on his last episode of This Week of Gaming that he got his with like a week to go until the embargo, which is like the 25th. Yeah, that's definitely a sign that when a studio sends out review copies that early, that's usually a sign that they're pretty confident in what they've got. They're just like, oh yeah, take all the 2 weeks, take all the time you need. We know that you're gonna enjoy it. So we'll tap in on the 25th to see what the impressions are. I assume that Ghost is going to, from the critics, I'm assuming Ghost is going to be getting something in the 9 range. I'm projecting.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, I absolutely believe that it's going to be every bit as good as Tsushima and maybe even some ways better. I think it's going to come down to, can we like feel the way we did about Jin Sakai?
Yeah, that's going to be a thing. And I think, and I feel like this could be a situation where I think Ghost of Yotei is going to probably get nominated and have higher review scores than Tsushima. But I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't sell as much.
I actually would not be surprised about that either, because there's just people that don't want to play as a female character, which is weird.
Yeah, I think there's enough work because I'm keeping an eye on the traffic of Ghost of Yotei comment as well, and like it had a pretty big state of play, but just in general, there doesn't seem to be like as much traffic, and obviously the controversies aren't helping. But I think Yote is going to rely heavily on word of mouth. Like if the game is just that good, which I think it probably will be, I think it'll eventually, the sales will eventually get there. But I wouldn't be surprised if like first week sales aren't as good as Tsushima.
Yeah, I already got my my popcorn bucket back there.
Yeah,
I got the collector's edition ordered. I did cancel my side plate because I ordered the wrong one, and of course the one that I wanted is sold out, so that sucks. I am getting the gold and black controller, so I'm a good doobie.
as you should be. I think I'm looking forward to it. I didn't have deep enough connections to get a review copy of Tsushima, but I'm hoping I get a review code, a code for near launch.
I also got my collector's edition of Borderlands 4.
Of course,
didn't show that. It's supposed to light up, but this thing is cool. It is not $150 cool. I'm not mad I got it, but I really feel like they dropped the ball on that one.
I just generally prefer to play with female characters in games. I understand it's like personal preference, but I don't know, a lot of times, like if I have the option, if they give me the option, I rather spend 30 hours looking at the back of a woman than some dudes. Like,
Yeah.
like it's just that just be like I'm not someone who like imagines myself as the guy and like lives vicariously. I just like, no, I'm just playing this game. I rather just hang out with a woman than this guy. That's just me. Unless but I don't mind. I don't mind it either way. If the character's cool.
If I'm creating my own character, I'm always going to make myself to look as close to like me as possible. But I don't mind playing as a female character. I'd prefer. I prefer, like, if I'm being a soldier, I want to be a dude. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on the game, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not going to write a game off because there's a female protagonist. You know?
I think it's just weird activity.
It's like the same people that like complain, oh, the main character's black, oh, the main character's a girl, oh, the main character is this. Like, I just don't get it. Like,
it is right. They just live their worldview is just based literally just on identity, and it's, which is so weird because those same people always complain about people being woke and only complaining about caring about identity when that's literally their entire personality. Like, oh, like people were literally writing off these idiots were writing off Space Marine 2 harassing devs because one of the devs was trans and there was a black character in Space Marine 2. Oh, they were saying, oh, this game is going to be trash, it's going to be woke, and then it's like a huge success, everyone loves it, and then they're like, actually it's anti-woke. No, you're just a fucking moron. Like,
yeah,
that's what it is. You're a loser who finds purpose in life by making everything about your very narrow politics instead of just judging art on its own merits.
Well, I'll tell you, while it's on my screen, I'm gonna share. We got our first look today at the new season of The Witcher.
Ooh, yeah, I heard about that one.
So we got Ciri.
I've been completely tapped out.
We got Liam. What's his name? Hemsworth as Geralt.
Yeah, it's not working.
Literally
negative aura.
Yeah. Lawrence Fishburne apparently is in it.
Yeah. And, why does it look like Mr. Glass from M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who he's supposed to be. And then I think that's Yennefer. Yeah. I don't know if that's Triss, but she looks familiar. I don't think it's Triss.
No, not gonna lie, this looks ass.
There was a video. I think I shared it. Netflix tweeted. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I watched the first. I enjoyed the first. It was fan made. What the fuck? Some of that CGI is pretty ass. I'm not gonna lie.
It was straight from
And now we have the substitute, and it's just not hitting the same.
Yeah, and I just I in spite of the fact that that is a show where apparently the people making the show did not really use the reference material properly, I guess is one way to put it. It's a little weird the way they did some of the characters, and they did some of the stuff out of order. I still have enjoyed it for what it is, and most of it was because of Henry Cavill. And I will stand on all 10 toes when I say the bigger tragedy is losing Henry Cavill as Geralt than it is Superman. I really and I think we lost him as Geralt because he was trying to stay as Superman, and yeah, it sucks all the way around. And I hate that this is gonna be the last season and we're gonna like finish it off with fake Temu Geralt.
Literally, that whole scene looked Temu.
Yeah,
I was like, I really like the animated Witcher thing they did. That was really good.
I watched some of it. I didn't like go too far with it, but it was okay.
I actually finished though. I think they did multiple. The first one I watched was really fucking good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I really love The Witcher. I've really been into it. It's definitely a character I really like.
Now, pull up that image of Fishburne again, and put it right next to Mr. Glass from M. Night Shyamalan.
Hold on, let me find it.
I know what I saw. I know it was Lawrence Fishburne, but he looks like Lawrence Fishburne cosplaying as Mr. Glass.
All right, hold on. Let's open image, new tab, and then
I know my references.
Mr. Glass.
Look up Mr. Glass.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, Jay sees it.
I see where you're coming from. I'm just trying to find a. All right, here's a good picture. Let me just open that in a new tab. All right. So
Jay knows. Immediate, like it's immediate. Like as soon as you see it, like it's immediate. Like,
all right.
TV Fallout series greater than Witcher. Yeah, without question. Fallout season was great.
All right, so there's Fishburne.
Yep. Like, see, like he literally, like that's literally Mr. Glass. That's medieval Mr. Glass.
I see where you're coming from. I do see that a little bit. I mean, obviously they made his face look a little more aged here.
Yeah, it's just he's just wearing a period piece attire. Like if you gave him a modern suit, they're the same. They're just like it literally looks like they would try to go for Mr. Glass. Literally has the same hair. Come on, you can't. Yeah, you can't. You know, Chastity uses up. I know I'm not crazy. I called it right away.
Oh my god, why is it? I don't know why it's doing that, but you get it.
Let that be a lesson to you, Gabe. never play the race card against a black man. especially me. I know what's up.
Well,
shout out to both Lawrence Fishburne and Samuel Jackson, my goats.
Yeah, I don't know who he's supposed to be though, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I know exactly who he's supposed to be.
Mr. Glass.
He's supposed to be the thumbnail of a grifter YouTuber. Like that's literally what's it. I bet there's a grifter as we speak preparing a thumbnail to shit on the last season of The Witcher, and they're going to have Lawrence Fishburne's character in the thumbnail. I fucking bet.
Yeah. Well, you know, I know that game. I don't remember there being very many black characters in The Witcher. So, obviously in order to do that, you're going to have to like race bend, race change a few
Yeah.
characters. And it was fine. I wasn't attached to the characters that there were massive changes for. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Like Yennefer's a little weird, but it's fine. I heard they were going to try to make Triss black at one point. That would have been weird because one of Triss's like main traits is being a redhead.
I mean, that's kind of like a trope in Hollywood. Like if you have a redhead character, you just make them black.
Yeah, I just don't know how that would work. So
yeah, that's kind of just what they've a pretty funny trend I've seen in across entertainment. But I'm just not going to watch the last season because I literally couldn't finish season 2. I was just fucking bored. I just couldn't do it. Now Henry's not there. Like I'm just waiting for Henry Cavill. Also, I did hear he got injured on.
Yeah, I heard something like that too.
On set. So get well soon to Henry Cavill. Hope you're able to bounce back. Obviously unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, did you hear this brouhaha about YouTube? I've seen a bunch of creators reporting that their views are down, and there's something wrong with YouTube. They made a change in like mid-August.
I have heard that, and I know what you're talking about. I saw your tweet about it, and I had already checked my settings like that. And I was standing up to reposition. My settings were not changed, but I think you said yours were.
No, I was just testing to see what the metrics were. What happens if you add on restricted mode. Mine was off by default, and I did look into more research and see that it doesn't appear to be a restriction mode issue. There's something even weirder going on, but it is funny to see that if you put something in restricted mode, the videos that get removed is like completely random. Like some channels, all the videos disappear, like, and others like there seems to be no rhyme or reason. But no, I noticed something. Like I noticed something was off. I think around with Gamescom because like Rivals content not doing as well in season 0 made sense because views and players have been steadily dropping every month, and I don't have a dedicated Rivals channel, and because it's a PvP game, not as many of my followers are engaged, so it makes sense that I would see a decrease in the Rivals views compared to the early seasons when it was at its peak. But I saw that my Gamescom live stream, opening night live stream, was like 40% lower than last year, and I was seeing a lot of other Gamescom stuff not doing as well, and I thought that was weird. But my Lego Batman reaction video did good, so I was like, I don't know, I just wrote it off. But then I noticed really something was wrong when I did Wolverine, when the Wolverine story first broke from Insider Gaming. I saw Blitzwinger was like the first one to post about it. He posted it like at night, and I was like, I'll get you tomorrow. Blitzwinger can get that W. I was looking at his views. I was like, this is way too low for like not only just for his channel in general, but for a scoop about Wolverine. I was like, I don't know, maybe people just didn't like the thumbnail because I didn't think it was a good thumbnail, but I was like, this is big Wolverine. So I was like, all right, so I made my video, and that's when I was like, all right, something weird is going on because my video on it only peaked at like 33, I think like 33,000 views or something, and usually my Wolverine videos can be like 100,000, 200,000, 300, like is. So I was just like, this is weird. So then I looked at Caboose's because I have the vidIQ extension, so I can see like different analytics others can. So I can see views per hour. I can see what the multiplier is, like how much better or worse it is compared to the other video is performing compared to your other videos on the channel, and I'm seeing like no one's like really popping off with Wolverine. Like everyone, like whether it's like a Caboose just covering straight news, or like the culture warriors who are just talking about, oh, Wolverine's bad, Sweet Baby Ink, whatever. Like, I noticed that nobody's Wolverine video made it beyond 40,000 views, which I thought was really fucking weird, because Wolverine has had a lot of hype. I'm like, did everyone just stop caring about Wolverine in the past month? And then I saw like a ton of YouTubers from all across the board, like the Culture Warriors, small channels, huge channels. Like, I saw Skill Up made a Skill Up talked about it in his This Week in Video Games segment. Like, he said it's affecting him. I saw Penguin Zero just post about it. Linus Tech, everyone's talking about it. And I think the most informal educational video I saw on the topic, surprisingly, was from Ludwig, who was chatting about it. And apparently someone notices that around mid-August, when they made all these, like, they made like an AI update and all this other stuff, AI verification, but people noticed, some people noticed that desktop views literally just vanished. Like before, it was like desktop views were like kind of here, mobile views were here, and it was TV. And then literally overnight, like someone flipped a switch, the desktop views went like this overnight, like they just flipped the switch. But the weird thing is that people noticed that they were getting the same like ratios, like the engagement was the same, and even the revenue's the same or higher for a lot of cases. Like, I checked and I double checked to make sure, and I noticed, like, I was still getting a lot of likes on some stuff, but the views were lower than they were supposed to be in a lot of videos. But the RPMs and CPMs are like way higher. Like, I made Avengers for my Avengers anniversary stream. I covered Avengers, and then I took some clips from the stream and put it together into one 8-minute video, and just put it up there. Didn't go crazy. Only ended up getting, like, I think it's only just now getting like 5,000 views. But typically my CPMs on the YouTube for my niche is like $2.50, sometimes $3 for the gaming niche. But for the Avengers video, it was like almost $8 CPM, which is like tech numbers,
right?
And I was like, what the fuck? Because like, what the fuck is going on YouTube right now? So they definitely, and we're just talking about cost per click. So basically, how much ads are paying you per 1,000 views. So that would be how you calculate your CPM. Like, if your CPM is $5, then how much you make on a video is going to be $5 times whatever, every 1,000 views, like that. So for me, I was like, it's way higher. The engagement seems to be mostly the same, but the views are gone. So they did something weird in mid-August, and it seems to be tied to desktop views. Some people are speculating maybe it's some kind of anti-ad block measure, or maybe it's targeting potentially like all these channels who are like relying on idle viewerships, people who watch like 10-hour videos to go to sleep to. I don't know. They did something weird though that is lowering everyone's views across the board.
Well, I mean, I feel like they've been doing that to me for a long
time.
So
yeah.
I can't really like say that I'm surprised. I do feel like sometimes that like they put you in like a certain room, and like that is, you're just, all right, this is what we're gonna feed you, like while you put your stuff up. And like I posted, a few Lego Batman videos, and they aren't really like taking off like the way, like one of them, I did a Riddler challenge video, and it's up to like 16K views. Thought it'd be more, whatever, it's fine. But then I followed it up with a Batmobile like race video, and like, granted, I fucked up the audio, but between the two versions of the video, it's only at like 4K views. And it kind of felt like, I mean, I feel like the thumbnail's good and like it's good for a Lego video anyway. And it shows what it's supposed to, and I don't really think it's any different, but like I just kind of feel like some of these videos should have done better, and like especially with me having this already built-in following allegedly
for Lego, yeah.
And and I can't tell you how many times people come into my stream and they're like, "Oh, you were my childhood. I haven't seen you in so long." And it's like weird.
Yeah, the Unscriptable ads are pretty good because I watch a lot of YouTube on the TV, which is where they want you to watch because no ad block. But yeah, I've seen people complain about, like, YouTubers are complaining about the view drop, but I've seen like viewers complaining about the ads, that how aggressive they've been with ads. Their recommenders, they said, have recently gone to shit. Like they're getting recommended old stuff. They're getting recommended.
Oh yeah.
They're getting recommended stuff like they've never shown any interest in. They're getting recommended, lower view stuff. They're not, if they watch one thing, like their recommendeds are fucked. They're not getting shown stuff from people who they're subscribed to. Yeah, YouTube's kind of fucked up the last few months for in general, longer than that. But yeah, it's weird right now.
All right, I'm on my main page right now. Okay, we'll just show it for an example. And my recommended, I wouldn't say is, it's weird. Like, okay, this is somebody that I watch all the time. All right, fine. I've got Patriots highlights. I've got this. Now I'm being offered an Under Oath video with 17 views. I haven't searched Under Oath anytime recently, I don't know why I'm getting Charlie Kirk stuff. I don't search it. The wrestling stuff, I understand. This Atreyu, I did search some Atreyu videos recently.
All
right. But now I'm getting an 8-year-old WWE video for no reason.
Yeah. What the fuck?
All right. I'm getting 30. I don't know. Like some of these are just weird. Like I don't care about Navy SEAL that shot Bin Laden. I understand I'm getting a few wrestling videos. I have been watching a few Game of Thrones videos lately, but why am I getting armored car heist and school shootings and Long Island audit? Like all these are just weird choices.
Actually, I think I got the school shooter recommendation too.
Yeah.
on one of our accounts.
Like, I did watch some stuff on 9/11, so I can understand that being there. Actually, this reminds me. Did you watch that video that I sent you in DM? The falling in reverse video I sent you.
Oh no, I watched the Amy Lee thing. The Amy Lee.
I got you.
Yeah. I forgot to watch that one.
Well, yeah, because I just this is obviously here because I sent that video to you. But it's when Tech9 actually came out on stage with them. But
I'm gonna watch it when I get off. But the Amy Lee song fucking slapped. Like as soon as you started singing, I was hit with like a wave of nostalgia.
Yes,
because I was like, holy fuck, she sounds exactly the same as when My Immortal came out.
Yeah, no, she really does. And I honestly had no idea that Evanescence was like still going strong, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of their stuff. I've seen her pop up in some stuff, but yeah, that just threw me. I was like, holy shit.
I'm actually kind of annoyed because today, this weekend, there was a convention in Worcester where I live, called Silver Scream Con, and it's basically like the new version of what we used to have, which was Rock and Shock, and it's a horror movie convention at the convention center, and then they have like a concert, and there was a bunch of bands that were playing.
Right.
One of them was this band called Ice Nine Kills, which I don't really know much about, but I know they're big now. But my photographer friend was there, and I'm like so jealous because I guess WWE is in Springfield for Monday Night Raw tomorrow, and the wrestlers are just like all over Massachusetts right now. Jey Uso threw out the first pitch at the Red Sox game tonight, and freaking Rhea Ripley was at this convention.
I know that name,
and she's Muscle Mommy. Do you know who Rhea Ripley is?
I've seen her images.
She was in the news recently because Drake called her his muse. Anyway, Drake doesn't want to mess with her because not only will she murder him, but her husband is like twice his size.
Yeah.
But anyway, but she was there, and like my buddy Jeremy did a photo shoot with her. I'm like, motherfucker, of all the times, this is when you should have called me. Because he's called me before and been like, oh, I'm doing a shoot with a band you like. I don't know if you're available. But like, he did a photo shoot with Rhea Ripley, and like, that's sick. So, and also there was another wrestler there that I like a lot called Killer Cross, and he did a photo shoot with him too. So, actually, we'll pull up good old Jeremy real quick because it's kind of crazy. I'm like so proud of him because like we used to do a lot of work together, but he's not a wrestling fan. But Rhea Ripley is a big metal fan, so he noticed like an old picture of her from high school where she had like a bunch of his pictures on her wall.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my friend Jeremy. I've known him like 25 years. But like Danny Trejo,
Hey,
there's Killer Cross. I guess I don't know who he is. Oh wait, it doesn't say actually. Just a bunch of bands.
not enough muscle mommies for my taste.
Yeah. All these horror movie people. There's was it Terrifier?
I just never could get into horror movies. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's the one I'm jealous of. Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich, you know. But it's really cool to see like him being, and he had like a really cool photo from the concert too. But like damn man, I should have gone down there today. All I would have had to have done is just like seen me like, oh yeah, follow me around, you know what I mean? So
you found my secret. We are Venom.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool, but
wrestling's fake.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'm kind of been a not the greatest week for WWE.
Oh no, I mean it can't be worse than the Vince McMahon week.
Well, yeah, it's not that bad, but I'll tell you this. So number one, they just announced WrestleMania 43 in 2027.
Wow,
is going to be in where do you think it's going to be?
North Korea.
Almost. Saudi Arabia.
That was
they get so much money from Saudi Arabia.
I mean, yeah.
They do a major pay-per-view there every year, and this is gonna be the first WrestleMania not in the USA, and it's gonna be in Saudi Arabia. And I know London's pissed because they've been trying to get WrestleMania. France, okay, listen, France is probably the best place for WWE to ever have a show. They did they're in Puerto Rico. Like they did, of course, the Puerto Rico show, they had Bad Bunny, and that really makes everything make sense. But like the crowds in France are the most ridiculous crowds ever. They did Clash in Paris like a couple weeks ago. Insane crowd. Last year they did a pay-per-view in Lyon, France. Insane crowd, like the best crowds I've ever seen. So but
maybe they need to if they want to experience that again, they should get their oil money up.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing though that's really annoying is John Cena's last match finally got announced, and it was rumored to be in Boston where he's from.
Right.
But no, they're doing it in freaking Washington D.C. You know why? Because they gave him more money. And it's like, you know what? I don't think you understand the point here. Like, it's John Cena's last match. It should be in his hometown. True. Like, the money can't be that different. But, like, they try to do these things where they have all their events that circulate around it, and they need the infrastructure and all that. And I don't know.
Gabe, you would not like me watching a horror movie. It would just be me bored the entire time.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of horror movies either. So, yeah, I don't know.
the last horror movie I don't mind The Conjuring. Those are pretty solid, but again, like they're kind of like action movies. That's the horror movies. Like if I'm watching a horror movie, I'm not going to enjoy it unless because they don't scare me. So it needs to be like a compelling story, some good action or like a comedy that kind of leans it. Like I love Dawn of the Dead because it's like funny, like kind of leans. Zombies are great. It's probably my favorite, one of my favorite genres, and they kind of lean into it. They don't take themselves too seriously. Same with Zombieland, which is a pure comedy, but like just like a horror movie that takes itself seriously. Like I can't. Like Cabin in the Woods is probably my favorite horror movie of all time, and it's a parody. It's kind of like almost like a satire of horror movie, but like has like an inch, but not full. Doesn't go full, like scary movie parody, but it has like a really interesting twist that's like a meta commentary on the genre, and that's the sort of thing that appeals to me. I think I'll watch Weapons. I heard it's pretty good, but just like some people like who get scared easily, they'll like go in and they love it, but for me it's just kind of like
I've never been into horror movies. I'm a little jumpy. Like I always tell the story about how I went to see this movie, Mr. 3000. It was a Bernie Mac baseball movie.
I remember that one.
And I saw it with a couple friends. And there's a scene in the movie where he hits a foul ball, and they did it where like the ball went up to the camera, and I was like, I might have been zoning out in that moment, but like the ball did that, and I just went.
You jump scared.
I didn't like jump scare, but I just leaned back, and all my friends just started laughing.
Stop.
So
Gabe spreading propaganda. This never happened.
Yeah. I don't know. This is gonna be a interesting week. I feel like I have so much to do this week.
Yeah.
I'm actually driving down to New York City on Wednesday, doing something and coming home.
Yeah, I feel like I have constant a lot of stuff to do, but almost none of it is fun or things I want to do.
But yeah, like I really wish Borderlands was doing better for me. Like I know it's not what I'm known for. I know like the videos haven't always done the best,
But you love it.
I love it, and I'm gonna see it through. But the big problem I'm having right now is more the plans that I had for it. I'm just not gonna do because I don't think I can do it fast enough for it to matter.
Yeah.
And I don't want to invest all that time into sorting and recording to put it out and have it like not hit. You know what I mean? Like I was gonna do collectible videos, like here's where you find this. I think I'll still do it for like certain like masks and stuff like that. But like I'm just like I was gonna do all the Marcus bobbleheads. I was kind of saving them. Then I realized there were 200 of them, and like people already have like that video. I'm like, fuck. All right, so it's just not worth it.
I think I'm gonna do at least one more stream because we still haven't played together yet.
Yeah. Just let me know. I'm not the best planner, so I have you added as a favorite. So like whenever you come online, it pops up for me.
Yeah.
So I'll like look at it, and it doesn't look like you're actually active. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll set something up for next week because I definitely want to play at least one. We gotta do at least one collab going, and because I want to at least get through the main story probably, and mainly just want to level up because I am enjoying Vex. I haven't found the best level up because I assume I could just level up through side missions and the main story, but that's not the case whatsoever.
I'm level 26, and I mean I have been like playing a lot, but I also just kind of drove around a lot trying to open up the map and like find like silos that I could like get for a quicker fast travel to go back to certain areas. But yeah, I like was saving vault keys. I was saving all the collectible stuff. I wasn't doing it, and now I'm just like, fuck, I should just do it.
You should.
So because I do want to get 100% completion on the game. Like I want to get all the achievements. Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm going to New York City for something Fallout related.
Ooh.
I'm at least allowed to say that, but nothing more.
Nothing more. All right. Well, we'll not pry. Don't want to get you in trouble. Speaking of, John Cena was in a bit of a bind this week in Peacemaker season 2. I didn't do the watch party, but I did watch the episode. We didn't get the Nazi universe reveal yet, but I feel like it's coming.
I thought he was gonna bring Adabola. Adebayo. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know her name properly, but I thought he was gonna bring her through the portal.
Yeah.
And that's how we were gonna find out, but that didn't happen.
No, but we did get to see Rooker eating eagle poop and finding out what Eagly can do.
Yeah,
and
I've been to Montreal, yeah.
And our second magic user in the DCU, after Enchantress, was not expecting that, but yeah, it was a fun episode. I like that. I like the bit with Rick Flag and
Hardcore
and seeing their relationship, because we assume like if she has something going on with her son, then they obviously had to have some kind of relationship. But it's interesting to see how she's now conflicted. She's a little conflicted because she's forced to bring in Peacemaker to literally save her career, and it's mostly a build-up episode, but I like kind of what they're setting up. They're kind of laying the potential groundwork for Peacemaker being disappointed by the alternate dimension, which we know there's he's going to be when he finds out where he actually is. But I know you previously didn't like the direction they were going. I think you're just generally not fond of like the multiverse dimension stuff.
Yeah, I mean, seeing them like kill that little rodent like to take his little portal, that was much.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't love that. I felt bad for that little guy. He was just trying to go home.
But it did once again shed some light into Peacemaker's backstory with how horrible his dad is, and now we know like, oh, he didn't come up with any of the tech. They just stole it from an alien.
Yeah, which makes you wonder like where he got his costume from, because like was that somebody else in another universe?
Yeah, I saw one theory. I think Nando mentioned like maybe his dad used the portal and was like stealing stuff from the other Peacemaker.
Yeah. It's certainly interesting. I don't know. I think the show in general it's okay. Both seasons.
Yeah.
But I haven't loved it from like a DC Comics story perspective, if that makes sense.
It's definitely a acquired taste, especially if you're a comic fan. Because I feel like Penguin is just like a great show in general, but also like a great like kind of comic show that kind of expands on the lore. Whereas I feel like Peacemaker is a James Gunn show.
Yeah, it's weird to see the way that James Gunn has his hands on this whole DC Comics universe and the way that he's crafting it. And he's crafting it in a way that like suits him. And I get that. That's fine. It could be worse. But
much worse.
Yeah, but he's got a weird eclectic taste.
Yeah.
But
that's also kind of why I'm glad that he's willing to like walk away and let other creatives like have their say too. Like I think also I would like to see him. I wouldn't mind seeing him take another crack at Superman, but I'd also like to see someone else get it, because I think James Gunn did a good enough job of kind of reeling back in his James Gunn-ness.
Yeah.
But I would love to see another writer take it on while still like keeping the spirit, because I think James Gunn understood the spirit of what a Superman movie is supposed to
Right.
be, much better than Snyder did.
Yeah.
He had his jokes or whatever, but for the most part, he understood what a Superman movie was supposed to be, and what vibes you had to go for, and that's really why I think a lot of people resonated with it, even though we had some issues with the film. Whereas Peacemaker and Creature Commandos are kind of just like quintessential James Gunn. Like you take these lesser known characters, kind of outcasts, misfits, underdogs, and James Gunn, that's his wheelhouse. He goes crazy, does his thing. So you're gonna love it or you hate it. I like Creature Commandos so far more than Peacemaker season 2, but I am enjoying both.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I think the story. I like that the story is somehow more grounded than season 1.
Yeah.
Even though we're still dealing with like multiverses and
it's
freaking weirdo, not quite white Indians and
yeah. But it's still grounded, like, because the other one was like this world was ultimately like this kind of like a scroll invasion,
yeah.
And the world's at stake. Whereas even though they're dealing with multiple dimensions, these are all fundamentally grounded stories. It's just about Peacemaker trying to find his place after everything that happened, and he's being targeted as a result.
I did love the conversation in the van between who's it, Kung Fu Master or like what's his
Judo
name?
Master,
and the other two, like, oh, the Chinaman. He's like, motherfucker, I'm from Vietnam. It's like
he was like, don't Chinese come from there?
Yeah. I think he just kept, it was obviously meant to be racist, so like he kept calling him the Chinaman, and is like, I'm from Vietnam. But like I also just love the dynamic between what's his name? Beardy.
Oh yeah, I just love I just love Tim Meadows. I feel like Tim Meadows fits so well on this cast. I just love a good Tim Meadows cameo.
It works, but like he's Tim Meadows, you know what I mean? Like
which I love. I love Tim Meadows just being Tim Meadows.
I feel like the duck bit is hitting with a lot of people because Peacemaker did come out last night in Fortnite, creator code J Shockblast. But he has like an eagly plush black back bling, and like multiple people while I was playing came and was like, oh, he has a nice duck black back bling, So, that's obviously hitting, but I don't know.
Right.
It's just Tim Meadows being Tim Meadows in a movie,
and I think I think that's great because Tim Meadows is awesome. I fucking love Tim Meadows.
Yeah, but it's so weird though, coming from Argus, where everybody apparently is a big jokey McJoker,
except for Ray Flag Sr. He's very serious.
Yeah, it was. I don't know that I've seen him in many other things, other than his Marvel stuff and DC this. So like that the conversation in the living room, it just seemed like more normal,
Yeah.
And I like that grounded part a little bit more. And I'm fine with like space shit and all that stuff, but like I don't know. I feel like they sometimes stretch it a little too far with Peacemaker. And I thought that might have actually been the best episode of the season, even though it was just setting up the next episode.
Yeah, I thought everything they did is just really good. Like it was really strong character development.
Yeah.
They set there was like a lot of laughs. There was generally interesting lore stuff and good implications for what's coming. Yeah, I think it was just all. I feel like just week by week, the episodes are just getting stronger.
Yeah, it was definitely I feel like it was definitely a strong episode.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
I do not think season 2 has the same vibes as season 1.
No, it's a very different vibe, like for sure.
Like in the first season, I never skipped the opening dance sequence, but this season I skip it every time. I never skip it. it's definitely the song. The song in the first season is just so much better than the second season.
I love the second season show. It's funny. It's fun. Yeah. I have a lot of fun. I've never skipped the Peacemaker intro.
I watched the first time episode 1, and I've skipped everyone since.
Sacrilege.
Yeah, I know. I understand that, and that's why I'm like copping to it.
You will be punished for your sins. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the big reveal, which I think is probably going to be next week. We'll looking forward to seeing how Peacemaker reacts to finding out what dimension he's been going to this whole time, and having to come to terms with the where the place that he feels he's most at home is a place where the bad guys won the war.
Yeah. Well,
Awkward.
I feel like that's almost the sacrifice he'd probably be willing to make, to have a dad and a brother that don't suck, and the girl of his dreams.
I don't. I feel like it would be easier if Argus wasn't hunting him in his home dimension. But no, I think he'll ultimately understand that he's where he was where he needed to be. Like, the grass ain't always greener,
Do you think Harcourt will ever accept him in his regular universe?
I think that they are kind of, I don't know, I think they're kind of screwed in their years, but I feel like there's something there. I think it's more so a her issue.
Oh yeah.
And I think she's ultimately going to have to like grow herself as a person, because obviously she has very complicated feelings. She was she was involved with Rick Flag Jr. and Peacemaker killed him, but she's she's generally she was literally diagnosed with toxic masculinity. So she has her own issues to deal with. She's trying to get her career back, and she obviously has feelings for Peacemaker, both romantically and as a friend. So I think that's what's going to be ultimately the deciding factor. How does she grow? Because obviously when he finds out that the hardcore in the other universe is a Yinsi, he might feel some type of way. But yeah, ultimately, I think it'll be interesting to see what she decides. Will she ultimately choose her career over Peacemaker, or will she help him at the last minute?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you can reconcile that, but it does seem like she basically was like, she vouched for him, to the guy's father,
Yeah.
like he was following orders, like it's not really his fault.
It wasn't, and yeah, because she is a professional, and she knows that Flag Senior is being extremely unprofessional. But it sure is valid that they want to investigate the portal stuff, but it's mainly just an excuse for him to get revenge for the guy who killed his son.
Yeah, suck it up and just get through season 1. Like,
just deal with it.
It literally doesn't make sense to do that. Just, it's like 3 hours of your life. Like, just do it. Yeah,
Eastwood, don't be that guy.
There's enough shit that happens that you kind of need to know about.
Yeah, this is one of those shows where it's like every episode is like kind of standalone and doesn't matter. Now you have to watch season 1.
Yeah, you gotta just get through it. It's fine.
Yeah,
the season's fine. It's just the alien aspect is kind of weird.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the next superhero thing on TV or streaming, which is going to be Marvel Zombies. It looks pretty fun. Seeing Spider-Man and Black Moon Knight, apparently, it's so weird that they didn't just do Blade. Like it's literally Mahershala Ali, but he's Moon Knight. It's weird.
Yeah, I get that for sure. Like, I don't know. But that's the whole point of What If, I guess.
Because it's they're also not framing it as a what if, even though it's like a continuation essentially of What If, but it's just like, what it looks fun. I thought the zombie episode of What If was one of the strongest episodes, but also kind of disappointing in some ways. So I'm hoping that this one kind of lives up to the potential of the Marvel zombie premise. I'm definitely going to be tapped in. I'll be sure to do watch parties for that as well. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think that's it. We covered a lot. I'm a little bit hungry, so and I want to sit back and watch some anime because I've just been making videos all day.
Yeah.
And I just want to get out of here. But I appreciate everyone hanging out. Hopefully nothing actually happens this week that threatens the state of our civilization this time around. Hopefully it's good vibes. I know Marvel Rivals is supposed to be revealing part 2 of the summer special. So fresh swimsuits incoming. That's something to look forward to. The week after next is Tokyo Game Show and possibly the State of Play. And Jay's making a face.
Breaking news: Kristen Milioti has won the Emmy for Best Lead Actress in a Limited Series for The Penguin.
Of course. I mean, she should. It's a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah. She was actually really good in that.
Yeah, it was fucking incredible. Yeah, I would be surprised if she didn't win. Like that. It was clearly an incredible performance. So we'll catch you next week. I'll try to make sure I remember and have time to do the watch party again for Peacemaker Season 2. If anyone wants to hang out, and at some point, me and Jay will play some Borderlands 4 together, and he can show me the ropes or whatever.
It just won't be Wednesday.
Just won't be Wednesday, which works for me. Maybe I'll try it on Tuesday.
Okay.
That might work out better. Yeah, it's Tuesday, Thursday, some other day. We'll work it out. So catch y'all next week. I'm Stat the Gamer.
I am not Casual Avenger.
Thank the Lord. Zip it up and zip it out. Peace, my naysayers.